offense nila.
But Thailand will retaliate here. Sila naman yung may pa-off the block sa kabila dito. So it's Kitsada serving it up. They've got the 2-point lead. Sanyut. That is checked one more time. Back row hits. Will work here for Myanmar. And 13 serving 14.
This is why volleyball for the men's is so different, because it's really all about the power that you see, even coming from the back row. It's like they're in the front row when they're spiking. And, you know, being a volleyball player, it's just so fun to watch how these guys play with so much power, even from the back row.
And the athleticism there.
The athleticism, even with a height such as 6'8", like Kunmi, they can still jump so high and get that vertical leap, reach the ball up in the air.
And that's why, in yung different flavor, if you're watching the men's game, it's the athleticism. You see a lot of players flying around, getting those balls. But that's been the story again for Thailand in set number 1. The service errors, that should be their 3rd or 4th here in set 1.
And it's spread out as well. I think it's their 4th already. All the players, especially their starters, have been committing service errors from that line.
Here's the back row hit. That is checked from the middle. Another attack. Drop ball will be saved by Kunmi. They go back to Kunmi, and he puts it down to give them the 2-point lead. And we arrive at another technical timeout. This time Thailand will grab the 2-point advantage. Okay music nila sa Philippines.
Yeah. Pero pag Philippines yung naglalaro, Pinoy playlist. Parang Pinoy songs, mga nationalistic songs.
Di yung DJ, ha?
Si Kunmi ang tangkad-tangkad na tao, pero parang ang fragile niya, no?
Parang hindi siya.
Oo.
Medyo...
When I look at him, parang super baby.
Back to the coverage. 16 serving 14. And guys are catching the action right here on SNA Men's Volleyball Games. And the players from the Thai women's national volleyball team who won the gold medal yesterday against Vietnam. Congratulations. It's always a pleasure for them to be here. Or it's always a pleasure for us to actually watch them play here in the Philippines. Idol yan ng mga marami. And a lot of those players are very popular also here in the Philippines. So congratulations to Team Thailand for bagging gold in the women's volleyball division. We go back to the game here, and Myanmar with the answer of the technical timeout. That was Y scoring from the back row.
Number 4 out, number 13.
Look at this. Quick reaction coming from Sanyut, and then they were able to set it up. That was the libero, by the way, setting up Y.
A jump set from the libero, Putun. Just the perfect setup there for Y in the right side.
And Kisada nil sa Y. Again, pag porsyentuhan, siya talaga pupuntahan ng Thailand, converting from the middle.
Now we have a change in the lineup, a substitution for Coach Monchai. He put in his second setter, Mawin, and now Amarntep, his highest pointer in that last game, now on the opposite side for Thailand.
So a change up in the lineup for Coach Monchai.
Number 15, from Chan.
Mawin, by the way, is a very tall setter. He's 6'4", and he's a setter for Thailand. Compared to their primary setter, yung kanilang captain na si Charonsuk, who is 5'11", and Myanmar just solid at the net. Another kill block here to square up with Thailand at this point of the set, 17 apiece. That is Ang Zhao Tet with a kill block. Difficult first ball. They send it across. Ooh, kill block by the double wall of Thailand.
And the first referee overrules the line judge. And now Myanmar will be the one to call a challenge on that block by Amortep.
Myanmar, ball in, ball outs.
So Myanmar's first challenge in the match. Nawa naman. Dahil kung yung linesman nga medyo nag-alangan na dun sa tawag na yun, of course, may chance na pumasok to para sa Myanmar.
But it was the first referee who was there at the top seeing it.
Oh, that is a good challenge for Myanmar. Successful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge was unsuccessful.
So they were challenging the ball out from the block of Thailand.
So not the
Yes.
in or out. Okay. But they showed the different footage on the screens. Anyway, okay, 18 serving 17. Myanmar, though, getting the point back, 18 apiece.
Really good to see Myanmar utilizing most of their spikers in today's game, but this main man, Ong Zhao, has been their really go-to guy and has been producing really well for Myanmar, keeping them afloat in today's game.
That's right. And they grab the lead. Y with a powerful hit from his strong spot. So 19 serving 18. And how about Myanmar here in set number 1? Providing all of the problems for Thailand. Amortep with the answer, slicing through.
The vertical jump from Amortep Martin. He is just soaring up high in the air with a perfect quick set to the opposite position. That was such a fast set. The blockers of Myanmar not knowing what to do with that one.
Gusto niya yung ganun malalalim tsaka yung mahihirap na angulo eh. Oh! Myanmar though, answering right back. Ong with the answer here. Myanmar overtakes Thailand one more time, 20 serving 19. Interesting set number 1 here. Here's the set. Oh, Quezada able to convert, getting it through the blocker.
We have a very tight first set, and now we are still at a deadlock at 20 all. No look shot there by Somkane Quezada. He just knows that if he powers through that block, he can score a point.
And that was exactly what happened in that sequence. Oh, why? Another powerful hit. So far, Thailand has had difficulty in stopping the attacks of Y.
He's been going over the block, through the block, powering through the block. Amortep trying to go over the barricade just to get to that ball. Such a powerful hit from Y.
That's right. Here's the hit. Oh, that is Anut Promchan able to convert, announcing his presence here for Team Thailand.
Using the smaller blocker of down the line, the setter Mang not even able to cover that down the line.
Oh, that will be costly for Thailand. Another service error in set number 1, only helping the cause of Myanmar to upset them in the opening set. Y will serve. Lefty floats it up. Here's the setup. They go to Anut. Nice save. And Myanmar is on the attack. Also a good dig coming from Thailand. Back row hit. Soft touch will not work. Off the block. Long rally we are witnessing so far. Anut, ooh! And a player is down for Myanmar. Oh, this is just an unfortunate sequence for Team Myanmar.
That is Zhao Lang, number 14, down on the ground holding his knee.
Wow. We hope it's nothing serious for Leng. He's been playing very well. for Myanmar so far, but that's not a good sign if you are rooting for this team. Let's take a look at the sequence again. That was off the landing. Yeah. Landed with that right leg.
He landed on his own, no feet there to step on, but it really looked like a bad landing, not able to be able to absorb the pressure in that knee, and now he's nursing that knee, and 2 players now down for Team Myanmar.
So now they have to make another major adjustment. Anuts with a retaliation, 22 apiece.
This is how Thailand kept alive in that game versus the Philippines, Martin. The deep bench that Coach Monchai really had to pull out and use in those 5 sets really gave them a tight match versus the Philippines, and now that he is putting a lot more of his second stringers in again.
Yeah. Well, it could be also kasi last game na rin nila, so it's a battle for bronze. Is also giving the opportunities to the players to shine, but Thailand will continue to commit the service error. So kahit sino din ipasok niya, nagko-commit din ng errors from the service line.
If our count is correct, Martin, that is their 6th service error in just the first set, not including attack errors, not including the errors from other skills, but just in service alone, 6 points ang binigay sa Myanmar.
Wow. Ooh, but that is a spicy hit coming from Amortep Konan. Oh, look at that. Going up, and then putting it down.
His head is just above the net, as you can see. He jumps so high. Hit the highest pointer in that last game. He only played maybe 2.5 sets, and he scored 20 points, Martin.
And that's explosive, or that's how explosive he is. And that's why we're surprised he's not part of the starting unit for Coach Monchai, as he continues to pound away for Thailand, putting them at set point 24, serving 23. A timeout called here by Coach Kiao. Let's see what they can do here, Michelle. But it's good. We saw earlier Ling actually standing on his own. So that's a good sign here for Myanmar. But I doubt if he's able to come back in this match. But it's just good to see him stand on his own and not get stretchered out.
We do have to remember, this is already in the end of the SEA Games 2019. These teams have been playing every other day, and that will take a toll on your body. That's why it's really important, preparation, health, watching out for yourself, especially when it's an international game, because ganito talaga schedule. Minsan araw-araw pa yung mga games nila.
And that's, you know, it's a short schedule, but it's a very tight schedule for all of our players here in the SEA Games. And Myanmar counters right back. Oh, no. That will be a hitting error from Myanmar, and that will be the end of set number 1. Let's take a look at what happened here. Ini was a blockers, and then it went out for Myanmar, allowing Thailand to take set number 1. 25-23, 1-0 lead in this match. We'll go back for set number 2 of this game right here on SNA. All right, we are back to the action here inside the Phil Sports Arena for the 30th Southeast Asian Games in the Philippines 2019. Battle for bronze in the men's volleyball tournament, Myanmar versus Thailand. And Thailand sneaking up and taking set number 1, 25-23. And Michelle, nakabawi yung Thailand dito after a strong start for Myanmar. They were able to overcome the odds and take set number 1.
After that deadlock at 20-all, the game was all throughout. Dikit talaga. Pero nung kailangan ng Thailand ng puntos, dun sila nakakakuha ng rhythm. And that's what we saw after the 20th point, as you're looking at Liang being stretchered out already from the arena. After that 20th point, Martin, dun nagkaroon ng momentum itong Thailand. Credit that to Amorntep, who really put in the firepower for Thailand in the last stretch of the first set. Kaya medyo nagkaroon ng edge ang Thailand over Myanmar sa spiking.
That's right. More consistent attacks provided by Amorntep. Konhan inserted in the middle of the set by Coach Monchay, and that allowed Thailand to take set number 1, 25-23. But Myanmar, though, a lot of bright spots, a lot of positive moments in set number 1, and they are going to start things off here with a kill block to open set number 2.
They started very strong, Martin, but towards the middle and towards the end, the consistency just slipped away little by little and giving way to Thailand to come back.
Emphatic hit by Amorntep, but better coverage coming from Myanmar. Good save. Here's the pop-up. Kitsada could not convert. Libero setting up the opposite side right there, and that's why able to drop it in off the slice.
What the power there by Y. That was already a broken play for them, but Y being the opposite position, his favorite spot, the spot where he's really good at. The power from Y today is just so explosive.
And kudos also to the Libero. That's his second successful set. Talking about Toon Quintet of Myanmar. And let's take a look at the answer here by Thailand. That's another player who came in the middle of set number 1. Anut able to convert that time with another down the line hit.
Anuchit Paktikao is up on the service line, Martin. He's one of the starters of Thailand, but some of the changes of Coach Monchay na hindi siya nag-start in today's game.
Yeah. Nil Sawai from the middle. Again, consistent so far all throughout the match. And single coverage will not be enough to stop Kitsada Nil Sawai. Here's the pickup. One-handed set over to the other side. Y. Another setup for Myanmar. Ooh, sent back, but the block goes out. So it is a point coming from Ong.
Ong and Y combined, that much power, that much force when it comes to spiking. It's just a joy to watch these two because palitan lang talaga sila ng bola, and their spiking, their kill rate is just really high.
Correct. Sila magkabilang dulo para sa Myanmar, but Anut this time converting from the middle spot. Changing it up for a little bit here off the combination play.
That ball almost dropped in the front line, Martin. That much power from Anut from Chan.
Ooh, Amorntep with a spicy serve, back row hit. Dug up. Sent across. Nahirapan kunin yung Myanmar, but they keep the ball alive. And this is Y again, putting it down.
That was already a gift ball for Kitsada, but look at Y open in the back row despite the double block.
Grabe. Y able to recover in that sequence, and Do will serve it for Myanmar here. They're up 4 serving 3. Here's the setup from the middle, and that's gonna be hard to stop. Kisada Nil Sawai in his groove that time. Anut back on the line. difficult pickup for Myanmar. But again, the libero will set up Y for that kill.
What a set there. A while ago, we saw him jump setting, and now Hatun is also setting all the way to the opposite side, to the open Y, and it's a perfect set nonetheless. Ang sarap paluin ng mga ganong set, Martin, yung hindi inaakala ng mga blockers mo na kaya mo palang paluin.
Nagulat yung depensa ng Thailand. And again, kudos to the libero of Myanmar for doing that. Thun able to set up Y in that sequence. Rally will continue, and it ends up with that attack coming from Quesada, Nilsawai.
That was the libero of Myanmar on your screens. Hetet Thun.
Yeah.
Diving all over the floor, one hand, two hands, setting. He's got it.
Doing it all for this Myanmar team. Joust. Yeah, that's an error on Sanyut. So Thailand will score this point. Sumabit ba? Yes.
He is a front row player, but the ball was already on the side of Thailand. So that was an illegal hit for him.
Yeah. Second time he's actually done that in the match. 3 straight points for Thailand. Service ace from Quesada. And a star player of Thailand, 6'8". Quesada Nilsawai. Running hits, and that one gets through.
That was from Zhao Thun. Quick run.
Oh, look at that.
The hands of Pak Tikao not over the block. You know, with the movements of the men's volleyball, you see them adjust so quickly and make decisions so quickly. And that's why the game is just so fast-paced and entertaining to watch.
That's why it's also a skill to be able to read everything in a snap. Kasi ganun ka bibilis mag-iba ng desisyon on the court. This is San serving. Successful earlier. Here's the back set. Runner coming in here for Pak Tikao, sending us
first technical
the first technical timeout. Thailand ahead by a point. Eight serving 7 is the count here in set number 2. And Thailand ahead by a point. Venue is the Phil Sports Arena right here in Pasig City as we continue the broadcast of the 30th Southeast Asian Games in the Philippines 2019. Second to the last day of the tournament. Bukas, closing ceremonies na po ang inyong mapapanood dito po sa 30th SEA Games in the Philippines. And so far, it has been a very fantastic showing from the home team, the Philippines, as we congratulate the Philippines also for getting the overall championship in the entire SEA Games this year. They were able to clinch that, I think Sunday or Monday pa lang, Michelle, that was already determined.
Woohoo!
Congrats to the Filipino athletes for working hard. But Myanmar, speaking of working hard, making it close here in set number 2. 8 apiece. Ooh. And Thailand changing it up. Pak Tikao able to tip it in.
Back-to-back points for Anuchit Pak Tikao, even though not seeing action in the first set. Martin, mainit itong pagpasok niya sa second set for Thailand.
And how about the decision of Mawin to go to him when everybody thought it's gonna go to Amortep? But again, Myanmar always has the answer. And this time it's coming from Ong. 9 apiece.
It's really a one-point game. Even in the first set, it's nagbabalikan lang tayo ng puntos between Thailand and Myanmar. It just really boils down to the last stretch and who can bring out their A game.
That's right. Yung talagang finishing kick. Ooh! That is an attack error that went straight to the net for Ong. So Thailand will overtake again. 10 serving 9. And it is Pakdikao. Hot off the bench for Thailand. Goes to the line. Nice pickup. Sanyut to the other side. Why? Inangat. They go to Amortep. And that's going to be a point for Team Thailand. 11-9 now is the count.
That was a net violation called on the blockers of Myanmar. Trying to go over the net just to block Amortep. They know that he's a strong spiker and they need to get their hands over, but too much aggressiveness on that attempt.
Ong unable to convert one more time for Ong. Saved by Amortep, picked up by Anut. Met at the net. Here's the setup. Kisada, Nilsawai one more time.
Kisada knew that ball was going to him. Mawin just gave him that ball again to build up his confidence, not being able to kill the first attempt. You know, this decision by the setters para tumaas agad yung kumpiyansa mo even though hindi mo napatay yung unang bola. That trust, that connection is very, very important.
And that's a natural instinct coming from Mawin to go to Kisada Nilsawai. Siyempre, star player mo yun. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy mataas yung confidence niya dito sa laban natin.
And that's why it's very hard to go up against the team of Thailand, especially in terms of defense. Kasi talagang established yung mga middle spikers nila.
Right.
So you never mo pwedeng iwanan yung mga middle spikers. Kaya laging pag binabato kay Amortep or binabato kay Kunmi sa wings, it's always a single block or a late blocker for their opponents.
And that's the luxury that they have in this team. You know, their middle blockers are such threats on offense, kaya hindi pwedeng bitawan ng net defense ng Myanmar. Here's Mawin going over to the other side. Anut able to put it down.
Anut from Chan, who only had 4 points in that last game, seeing action from the third set up until the fifth set. Now seeing early here in the second set pa lang, pinasok na kagad siya ni Coach Monchay.
And Myanmar's got to be careful. Thailand starting to break free. Oh, that's going to be an error against Thailand. Si Nilsawai yung natawagan dito. 10 serving 13. Kisada called for the error. Ong. Over to Anut. Sent back.
That didn't go over the net for Anut from Chan. Masyado nang gigil doon, Martin. He was trying to go for that angle, a very difficult angle from the looks of his approach. Not enough elevation there to get that ball to the cross court.
Couple of errors for Thailand. Trimming their lead down to 2. Why? Off the block. Now it's just a 1-point lead. So I was mentioning earlier, Thailand threatening to break free. Myanmar, well, this is how they respond. A 3-0 run to trim the lead down to 1. But, parang binati ko yun Ong committing the service error.
You called it, Martin, but right now it's Myanmar who's committing the service errors, and Thailand has a solution to how they served in the first set. We haven't seen a service error for them here in the second set.
They gotta wait. Okay. That one
I
is
didn't
through.
call it. Okay.
But you're right. They were able to address that problem nung set number 1 natin. They had at least 6 service errors. And this time, their net defense also starting to click.
What a monster block there by Kisada Nilsawai. 6'8", Martin.
Yeah. And with that kind of wingspan as well, papayungan ka talaga niyan. Oh, regalo. Easy take. Coming from Kisada Nilsawai and Thailand ahead by a comfortable cushion here. 16, serving 12 in set number 2. 16-12, and well, the young Filipino fan is in attendance as early as no, it's about 4:20, 4:17, 4:13 rather in the afternoon. Ayan, nandito na to avoid the rush later on, because we are sure that this PhilSports Arena will be jam-packed for that gold medal match between the Philippines and Indonesia. But as we continue this battle for bronze, eto Michelle, bumalik yung sakit ng Thailand, committing the service error of the technical timeout.
Coming from a timeout or a break, that service is very important because nawawala yung momentum, nawawala yung adrenaline. So when it all relaxes, you really have to focus on getting that serve just inside first, and then saka mo na i-power at saka mo na ibigay yung 100%.
And that's the alternate purpose of a timeout sometimes for a coach, para manlamig din yung mga servers ng kabilang team. 17 serving 13 now. Nil Sawai with the answer. Ooh, that is sent back again by Quesada. Nil Sawai, Thailand cruising in set number 2, up by 5.
Now the wall of Thailand up on that net is back, and the leader of that is Quesada Nil Sawai.
This is their biggest lead of the match. Why, who's been silent, getting the drop, adjusting midair, and successfully scores the point.
He saw the blockers going up against him and just taking the easy but smart way out. Will still be 1 point for you.
Especially now they're getting checked by the blockers. Ooh, that is a power serve coming from Y. Amor Depp, sharp hit, picked up. Over to the other side. Nasagot din yung tira doon ni Y, and then they finish off with Quesada Nil Sawai.
Grabe yung connection doon ni Mawin tsaka ni Quesada. That was a very, very fast reception coming from the back row. But the instinct of Quesada, he doesn't even have to go back to the line. Wala na siyang buwelo. His vertical leap is enough to get that power and to put that ball down.
Yung standing jump nito ni Quesada Nil Sawai. Very explosive off the ground. 15 serving 19 though. San is able to convert. And that's why he's very hard to stop. Imagine mo yung leading scorer ng Thailand, middle blocker. Oh, laging pinupuntahan and rarely gets checked by the blockers of the other side.
Because he has all angles. He can spike left, right. Kahit dito siya nakatingin, papaluin niya sa kabila. And with a height of 6'8", it's just really hard to stop.
Working above the net. Here's Mawin. Back set, Amor Depp. With a powerful strike right there. Too much heat for Thun to handle.
So much power there by Amor Depp. I mean, it's not unusual that you see this from him. It's already a staple for Amor Depp. But what a running set as well from Mawin all the way from the other side. His court IQ just knowing that Amor Depp was there and ready. And that service ace as well. This guy is on a roll, Martin.
So Thailand will grab the 6-point lead. Napa-timeout dito yung Myanmar. Amor Depp Conhan playing inspired volleyball here. And I was able to see a post online na nagsorry siya dun sa mga fans ng Thailand. He was sending out, a quick message, a long post in Thai, of course. Apparently saying sorry for failing to advance to the finals this year. Because that was, of course, the expectation for Team Thailand, which is very disheartening, but you see the character there of Amor Depp Conhan na talagang nanghinayang dun sa pagkatalo nila against sa Philippines.
And really, you see the reason, the core of why they are doing this. And it's really for the country. So really inspiring to see all our national players just playing for the flag. And really what's more important is that name on their chest.
And especially with a big volleyball country that is Thailand. Yan, napaka-importante nun. Ooh, why? Of the timeout. Regalo! And Myanmar is able to convert. That is Thun converting from the middle, able to take care of business.
Alam mo talaga, pag regalo and you're watching men's volleyball, it's like a 90% sure point for whoever is on that receiving end.
Here's the setup combination. Ito na, check na nila si Amor Depp. Back row hit. And the drop ball going short for Y. A little bit short, and probably intimidated also by the presence of the blockers that time.
It worked for him a while ago, but right now, he was coming from the back row. So iba talaga yung pag-push ng drop ball if you're coming from the back row, because mas malayo ka sa net, so you really have to adjust. It worked for him when he was in the front line a while ago, scoring a point for Myanmar.
That's right, he had the same approach but with a longer distance to cover. Ooh! That must have saved to ng Myanmar. But that's gonna be an error. Back-to-back hitting errors for Y. That's gonna be crucial. It will give Thailand the 7-point lead. That one hit the antenna right away.
This is what we were saying about Myanmar. Nakikisabay sila sa Thailand up until maybe the first or the second technical timeout. But then when it's needed the most, their go-to guys will also be the ones who are committing errors. And that is the third point that Y wasn't able to convert for his team.
And Thailand will use this opportunity to compound on their lead. They're at set point. Here in the second set, a chance to go up, 2-0. Over-received. Mawin Amortep able to convert. And he ends set number 2 with that fantastic hill.
That left-handed spiker going down the line, Martin. One blocker is just really not enough for Konhan Amortep.
Look at that, getting that one through up above the blocker that time around. And we end set number 2, 25-16 for Thailand. They're up 2-0 in this match. Back to the coverage, and at the end, at the conclusion of set number 2, it is Thailand emerging victorious 25-16. And same story, Michelle, ito nga lang maagang umarangkada sa huli itong Thailand.
And as compared to the stats that we've seen in the first set, halos magkadikit itong mga numbers ng Myanmar and Thailand. But right now, Thailand dominating in every category, even managing to minimize their errors, which really worked for them because they weren't the ones stopping their momentum. And now over to the side of Myanmar, it's them who has been committing the errors, and mostly from their attacks, just miscalculating, especially towards the end. Why not being able to convert and being the go-to hitter of Myanmar is very important to be included in the rotation at all times.
That's right. You hit everything there. Thailand only committed, I think, 1 service error as compared to the opening set where they actually committed as many as 6. So that one was quickly addressed by the team of Coach Monchai. And they're up right now 2-0. So we begin set number 2 with another hitting error from Myanmar coming from Ong.
Over-aggressive there, trying to make magic with that play, but not enough really for Ong. And they started out the first 2 sets, Martin scoring the first point, but right now it's Thailand who has the first point.
But they commit the error here, so Myanmar will get the first, or their first point of set number 3. It's Ong going to the service line. That's a nice pickup from Thailand. Middle attack coming from Pakdika will not work. Back row hit. Yeah. Error off that back row attack coming from Ong. So 2 serving 1. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, definitely stepped on the line before he took off.
Coming from the back row, that is an illegal hit if you're stepping off on the line. You can land and then put the ball over, but you can't jump and hit the ball if you stepped on the line.
So that was the error committed by Ong, and then Thailand off to a fast start here in set number 3. Their best start so far in a set in this match so far. 3-1. Float serve coming from Pakdikao. They go over to the other side, and it is sent back by Thailand again. Kisada Nilsawai guarding that attack.
Thailand had 3 blocks in that second set, and you can credit that to Kisada Nilsawai. He was all over that net in the second set. Even in offense and defense, you can really rely on him and being consistent.
Yeah, and this is the Thailand team that we know dominating so far, and Nil Sawai again all over the place, converting on that quick again.
It's really amazing to see a setter such as Mawin, who is just so composed. He's not fancy at all. He just puts his hands high up in the air, and then he sets the ball to whoever he deems fit. And Quesada is always up there in the air to meet that ball from Mawin.
And that's why it's very tough off that combination, because you got a 6'4" setter setting up a 6'8" guy. So minimal movement lang talaga yung kailangan nila on the air to actually able to connect. And that time it works again. Quesada Nil Sawai just pounds away, scores away here in set number 3.
One-handed set. You see how Mawin is up there at the net. Minsan, pag blocker ka, ma-i-intimidate ka rin. Babantayan mo rin siya, not knowing he's in the back row. So one blocker eliminated there for the opponent.
And a rare retaliation by Myanmar in set number 3. Y finally breaking his slump. Dahil kanina pa, nag-hitting error si Y. So Fio going to the service line now. Mawin, combination, binigay sa likod, papunta kay Amortep.
When Amortep gets the set that he wants, and when he doesn't hesitate mid-air, malate lang yung isang blocker ng kalaban, mahihirapan talaga depensahan sa floor defense yung palo ni Amortep.
And this is why, you know, that victory for the Philippines was so impressive, you know, against Thailand. This is a powerhouse team that they actually beat in the biggest stage in Southeast Asia.
And they didn't just beat 6 players. The whole roster had to be put in by Coach Monchai just to find a solution to the problem that is the Philippines, but not being able to pull through in that 5th set.
Samantala sa Philippines, it was actually the opposite.
And the third set's first
Dahil
technical
Coach
timeout
Dante
score is
Alinsunurin actually
8-3
stuck
in
with
favor
his
of
lineup pretty
Thailand.
much the entire match. We go first to the first technical timeout. Thailand way ahead here, 8 serving 3. Back to the coverage right here on SNA. We are here once again inside the Phil Sports Arena. Desiree Cheng on your screens right now. Of course, supporting Team Philippines later on. Women's volleyball team of Thailand also here. 8 serving 3 for Thailand. In a fast start here in set number 3 for them. And they're clicking in a lot of areas. To be specific, this player is clicking in a lot of ways. That is Quesada Nil Sawai with yet another kill block.
What an amazing performance so far by Quesada. His blocks has been hard to penetrate right now. If you're one of the offense of Myanmar, talagang may intimidate ka dun sa blocking niya at 6'8", standing over the net, plus tumatalon pa. So you never know how to get through him and over him.
And you saw the extension earlier. Well covered yung net na yon by Quesada Nil Sawai. But this is going to be an ace for Myanmar. So 5 serving 9 is the count. This is more of a character game for Thailand, coming off that big loss against the Philippines. We were wondering how they will bounce back. They got off to a shaky start, but right now they're in control. But Irisan giving life to this Myanmar offense, scoring back-to-back hits from the line.
They really have to dig deep and find out who can be the one to score for Myanmar right now because they have 2 players so far, and Y and Ong is not enough to go up against the powerhouse that is Thailand.
And Kisada Nilsawai just having his way here. Another single coverage. Easy point for Kisada that time. So 10 serving 6. Pero ngayon, manggagaling siya sa likod. Sanyut, runner, the push will not drop. Amortep, down the line finish.
That was a set by the middle Kisada, and it was a perfect set. Amortep says, good job. And you know, he goes down the line. You know, Martin, that's a difficult angle coming from the back row. It's different when you're in the front row, but in the back row, going down the line is just so hard.
It's mahirap. But if you're flying like that, like Amortep, well, life should be easier. And this time, they continue to score here. Ketihad able to put it down. Thailand ahead by 6, 12 serving 6.
Coach Monchai really getting his whole roster involved. Now it's Nuwadi Ketihad, who is now the outside spiker of Thailand.
Utilizing really most of his players is Coach Monchai. Good save coming from Nilsawai, but mahirap na angulo yun. Not properly took by Amortep that time around.
Imagine jumping that high, having to control your body mid-air, the balance that you need, thinking about how to hit the ball. So much things going on in your mind.
But a rare break though coming from Amortep as Ketihad continues to pound away. This is another player off the bench for Thailand contributing.
And they're going to him. They're building up his confidence, trying to get him in the scoreboard and just exposing him in this international court.
And this just makes them more and more unpredictable in this match. That's a nice serve. Sanyut going to Y. Amortep down the line again. But that will go out.
When he second guesses himself, you see bumabagal yung pagtalon niya eh. And that's when he commits the error, when he doesn't go 100% and when he has that split second to think twice. That's when you see that he hits it to the net or sometimes out, sometimes wide.
And he knew it the moment he took off. Meron ng doubt dun sa isip niya that time when he landed. Bit of frustration on the face of Amortep, but they're ahead here, 14 serving 8. That's a service error, so an error for an error in this stretch. Myanmar down by 5. I like the music here in Phil Sports Arena, really hyping up the crowd. Ooh, isa pa. Oh, the setup to the other side. A couple of sets right there. Thailand is playing it differently now, but Y takes advantage and scores Myanmar's 10th point here in the third set.
Once again, just when you think that Y would go up to spike against no blockers of Thailand, they were all waiting for that powerful hit, but he just dropped it right in the middle, confusing the defense of Thailand.
Sakto sa open spot. Ooh, sharp hit coming from Anut. Look at that. To the delight of the Thailand bench. Again, another down the line finish here. Look away coming from Anut.
He didn't even have to look at that shot to know that it was a point for him because it was such a well-placed shot, Martin. How can you do that? You know, from looking at one point, turning your body to the opposite position with the same power.
Makes it look easy. Talking about Nanut, pero may sagot dun si Y sa kabila. So 11 serving 15 rather. And Myanmar will commit the service error. They've committed a lot here in the third set. That will give Thailand the 5-point lead going into this quick gap. Back here on SNA, and Thailand trying to finish things off and take
Ends of the second
the
technical
bronze
timeout.
here in the 30th Southeast Asian Games in your men's volleyball tournament. Right now they are ahead by 5, 16-11 against Myanmar here inside of Phil Sports Arena. In Pasig City, it is Amortep going to the service line. Thailand so far, have been relentless. His team has been relentless so far in set number 3. But this is going to be an attack from the middle, coming from Thun. Good response by Myanmar off that quick break. So that brings down the lead to 4. A more manageable lead for Myanmar to handle.
Especially now, Martin, in the second technical timeout. Now is the time to make a run if you are Myanmar.
But again, it's Anut with that same attack.
And he just smirks.
Yeah.
Parang wala lang. I do this every day.
Yeah. Automatic, oh. Oh. Oof.
There was a blocker, there was a defense in the back, but the power with Anut Chan, they weren't expecting because he wasn't looking that way.
That's
the body orientation wasn't towards that line.
And he's done that for the 3rd time here in this match. But still, the floor defense hasn't found the answer for that hit. But Thailand, another point here. It is Ketihad Nuadi able to put it down here on the cross court.
That outside hitting from Thailand has been unstoppable in this 3rd set.
Right. Ooh, blockers were there. Sanyut, back set to Y. Picked up. Ketihad. Again, back-to-back strikes coming from Ketihad Nuadi.
He's been going to that cross court a little different from Anut Chan, who goes line. Now the defense of Myanmar has to adjust to a different spiker quickly because they have different tendencies.
And again, that's the depth of Thailand really, bothering the decision-making of this Myanmar defense. But Myanmar hanging around here in set number 3. They have the answer here coming from San. So they get the check out in that sequence. Here's the serve off the jump. Back row drop, saved by Thun. Why? Quesada was there, but ball goes out, so Myanmar will score back-to-back.
What a pancake save by Thun, and look at that replay. He was so far, Martin, but it was a good save for him.
Fantastic save, and then finished off by his teammate Y, challenging the block of Quesada Nilsawai. Ketihad, that goes out, but there was a check according to our official. So 20 serving 14. Quesada Nilsawai. Thailand 5 points away from taking the bronze. Nice serve by Quesada. And that will be an ace for Quesada Nilsawai, really doing everything in this match.
Timeout Myanmar.
So we got a timeout here on the floor. It is Coach Kiao calling for time. They're down by 7 points here, MG, in set number 3. And it looks like Thailand will cruise their way to this bronze medal.
A while ago, it was only a 4-point lead by Thailand, Martin, and you even mentioned that it's a manageable lead.
Yeah.
But this just blew out of proportion right now. 7 points up is Thailand, and they're not even, there's no signs of stopping or slowing down for them. After going for that gold, coming out, not being able to go for that gold, now they're not gonna let go of that bronze medal.
That's right. Ang hirap mong pigilan pag nasimulan mo na ito mga spikers ng Thailand. Quesada, that time serving. But again, Myanmar, good response off the timeout. It is Thun giving life to this Myanmar's offense once again. 15 serving 21, so they're right there. But, they cannot afford to exchange points with Thailand in this stretch. Back set. Amortep. Ball is picked up. Sanyut going to Y. Down the line kill from Y.
Why says that's how it's done, going down the line. There was nobody there. Not even Puang Lib.
Yeah.
This libero on your screens of Team Thailand was enough to stop that powerful back row hit from Y.
So there you go. 16 serving 21. But again, they shoot themselves in the foot with that service error.
Number 13 out, number
Just when they made that
21,
2-point run, now they're putting Thailand so close to that 25-point marker and just 3 points away from that medal.
So 22 serving 60 now. And the last time Thailand actually finished bronze was 2007. For Myanmar, it was 2015 when they won co-bronze or co-third place with Indonesia in 2015. That was in Singapore. So 17 serving 22.
Comfortable lead for Thailand. That serve was like a high-risk, high-reward serve.
Yeah.
Basta ilakas mo na lang, bahala na.
Pumasok pa rin. Sanyut, back row hit. That ended up with a drop. Naiangat pa. Oh, why with a wise decision? Two-handed push to target the back.
He knew that there wasn't anyone there. A Thai team all on their feet.
Timeout,
Oh,
Thailand.
look at that. Anut having all sorts of difficulty to get to that ball. Why getting that point? And Myanmar trims the lead down to 4 points. So this is good retaliation coming from Team Myanmar. Again, this is to stay alive in this match because Thailand now has the 2-0 lead. And for them to be able to get a chance to get that gold, bronze medal rather, still in this match. So Myanmar may opportunity pa dito. It is Sanyut going to the service line. Ooh, but that's going to be saved. Ong puts it down.
It's all about the defense right now for Myanmar that is keeping them alive. That's also a pancake save.
For Thailand, number 21
Coming from
out,
behind, and
number
that set up to
13,
Ong in the outside position. Look at that tough angle by Ong.
And that was the setter, Sanyut, who actually started that play with the pancake. Able to keep the ball up. 19 serving 22. Amortep. Hindi na itawid ng Myanmar. Hindi inaabot ni Wai yon. So that will stop the bleeding for Thailand.
When this guy is up in front, look at that. He goes over that double block. And Amortep, he isn't the tallest of the bunch if you're looking at the height of Thailand. And it just goes to show, you know, in men's volleyball, we're talking about athleticism and height, and he's got it. He's got the athleticism to make up for the height.
For the lack of height.
For the lack of height, to keep up with his teammates at 6'8".
That's right. Yun din siguro yun pag nagtitraining siya. Sanay na siya to go up against taller guys. 6'8". And Thailand is at match point here, although Myanmar saves that with the error coming from Mawin. 20 serving 24 now. Match point situation for Team Thailand. Mawin sends it over. Anut off the block kill. And that will end the match, and Thailand will take the bronze in the 2019 Southeast Asian Games.
Anut from Chan doing so much damage from that outside position. Coming in for Kunmi Kantapat. Look at that wind-up by Anut from Chan. Once again, Martin, a no-look hit for him. He was going down the line, tapos cross-court naman yung papaluin niya.
That's just a swagger of Anut Promchan. Congratulations to Team Thailand for bagging the bronze. Not the most ideal finish for them in the SEA Games, but they'll take it. You know, at least it's a podium finish. At least it's a bronze medal that they're going to be bringing back to Thailand.
There is that pride that they're bringing to their country. It's still a medal, and it's a different color, but you know, all the hard work in the end is worth it.
But congratulations also to Team Myanmar for fighting hard in this match, finishing 4th for the 2nd straight time in the Southeast Asian Games. This is your final score, a free set sweep for Thailand, 25-23, 25-14, and 25-20 to settle the bronze here in your 30th Southeast Asian Games Men's Volleyball Tournament. So, yung unang podium finisher natin, determined na, nandiyan na yung Thailand. Up next, later on, it's gonna be Philippines versus Indonesia, battling it out for the gold. We're gonna check out some of the highlights here of the match. Again, we saw a very interesting match between these two teams. Myanmar actually had the faster start in this game. Set number 1, they got the early lead. As we take a look at the highlights here, the attacks worked. You know, everything clicking for Myanmar early on in that set number 1. But Thailand started to recover. Thailand started to find their groove in this match. And after that, Michelle, they never looked back.
And even though Thailand had to put in a couple of players all throughout the game, the momentum was still always on their side. And Myanmar not being able to keep up, nawalan lang talaga ng offense. Itong Myanmar, also credit to the blocking of Thailand that really posed a threat, led by Kisada Nilsawai. He really made it hard for the offense of Myanmar. And look at that, Anut Promchan, our favorite Martin for today's game. No-look spiker, that's what I'm gonna call him.
Always with the look away. Mapa cross court, mapa down the line. Anut Promchan providing the goods off the bench alongside Amortep Konhan. Those two players really gave life to the offense and provided stability for Thailand, especially in that set number 1.
But over on the side of Myanmar, Martin, I really like the performance of Ong and Wai. They were still consistent all throughout, even though silang dalawa na lang talaga yung nagpapalitan ng puntos.
Correct.
Here and there, their teammates would contribute 1 point at a time, but it was really them from the back row to the front row that the setter Mang was really going to and trying to get going, because they really are lacking that offense, that spread out offense that everybody is scoring. And nabasa talaga itong offense nila ng blocking ng Thailand, which really worked well for them in today's game.
And that's the biggest reason why we'll still had, you know, a very competitive match. Hindi naman naging tambak to para sa Myanmar. They stayed competitive all throughout. It's because of the production. Despite, you know, a depleted lineup, they were 2 men down. Their captain Ong, and of course earlier it was Ling going down with that right knee injury. Even with a depleted lineup, Myanmar still battled, competed here in the bronze medal match.
And they never gave up. As you see, their defense was sturdy all throughout, diving for those balls. We saw a couple of pancake saves in the latter part of the 3rd set, and they were able to convert that. So you really see how tough in heart and in character this Myanmar team is, dahil hindi talaga sila nagpatalo without putting up a good fight, without breaking out all of the plays also that they've learned and that they've established all throughout the SEA Games 2019. They've put up a good fight against all the teams.
All right, this is the final score, final stats for you guys. Again, Thailand taking it in 3 sets, also to bag the bronze medal in the 30th Southeast Asian Games in your men's basketball or men's volleyball tournament. Basketball ako tanawin. Okay, but Thailand bagging this victory convincingly against Myanmar. So we'll go to a quick break. Congratulations to Team Thailand. We'll be right back right here on SNA.